Bros, what is going on, guys? Today I've got another amazing video for you guys. We're actually going to be talking about a crazy update that doesn't happen too frequently, and it has to do with Vac Pets. The interesting thing about this is it actually is a pet that will collect things like a vacuum from multiple platforms and suck it to your character. So this thing is very helpful. But Nexon makes it start at a cost of $100 and then $15 a month to use it. So is it worth it for you? Today I have a quiz that I actually set up myself for you guys today, and at the end of the video there is going to be a grading sheet that's going to tell you whether or not you should get a Vac Pet and whether or not spending the $100 is actually going to be worth it for you in the long run and in the short term. The first question that I actually have for you guys today is actually going to be if you can answer this statement. I am not concerned about the upfront cost or the monthly cost that the Vac Pet is going to do to me. It's important to know that the Vac Pet will not disappear like the pink bean lollipop, so you'll have it in your inventory forever as long as you pay the upfront $100. After that, if you want to take a break, you can always come back and just revitalize it for $15 a month. So in order to get proper scaling on my quiz, make sure if you answered that question as a yes, give yourself a point. If not, you're still at 0 points right now. The next statement that I want you guys to answer is this one. Would I grind more if I didn't have to spend as much time on dailies? The true power of the Vac Pet really comes in when you plan on grinding for XP, because it also increases your mesos per hour and your XP per hour because you don't have to spend as much time grinding and doing your loot rotations. The other reason that I bring this up, as you can see on screen here, I actually did a poll on the Maplestory Reddit where I asked reboot players what do they spend their most time doing. And I was actually shocked to see that most of you guys actually are only doing dailies. So that being said, if most of your time is being spent on dailies, Vac Pet will actually speed up that process, and not only that, allow you to do more time mobbing and grinding. This actually leads into the next question, which is the worst part of grinding the loot rotations, or do I just sacrifice gold when mobbing just to get extra XP per hour? If you are the latter, you actually, just by having a Vac Pet, will be able to collect a lot more gold from platforms you normally wouldn't be rotating to, so you wouldn't have to sacrifice as much gold per hour, while also being able to maintain the same amount of XP per hour. This next question that I have for you actually pertains to something that has to do a little bit more with your long-term goals on the account. So if you can answer this question, do I plan on going past level 250 and the H-Lu-Will phase of the game? Once you reach level 250 and are able to complete Lucid and Will, the next time that you have to level or even to get to the next bossing phase of the game is going to take a massive amount of hours required grinding for XP and also mesos. Still on the long-term goals of the account, maybe you're a player that returns, burns out frequently, and you're just going to come back on at a later date. You have to ask yourself if, I want a Vac Pet for sure. I'm just not sure if I need it right now. The reason that this question is so important is because Vac Pets actually come into the cash shop very, very rarely, sometimes only once or twice a year. With this being the case, if you're sure that you want a Vac Pet, the next time that you come back to the game, maybe 6-8 months down the line, you could be in an entire gap of waiting for another 4, 5, or even 6 months for the next Vac Pet reveal. So if you can answer yes to this next one, I will give you the proof right after. But the next question that I have for you guys is, I'm skeptical if Vac Pets will increase my rates by that much. If you look at the current state of mobbing without a Vac Pet in the game, you would know that meso bags despawn every 2 minutes, which would mean every 1.5 minutes to about 2 minutes that you're going to have to do a loot rotation, which slows down your money per hour and also the amount of mobs that you kill per hour. With a Vac Pet, most maps you would actually be able to completely skip over this phase completely, as you're constantly mobbing, the Vac Pet will be pulling in the mesos to you, avoiding that looting phase. So yes, it will increase your mesos and XP per hour. The very last question that I have for you guys today is actually whether or not you guys have a definitive main already set in stone. Because if you already know the character that you are going to be putting the Vac Pet on, that is half the battle. The second thing to take into consideration is if your class also shares the same cash shop of other characters that you play as well, because then you'd be able to switch the Vac Pet between the characters with ease. Now that you guys have heard all of the questions that I've had for you guys today, and all of the criteria that I believe you guys should be grading my quiz on, go back, take a look at each of the questions, tally up your points, and let's get into the grading scale. As we look at the grading scale, remember, I do not work for Nexon, I do not gain anything from you guys buying Vac Pets, so this was just a fun quiz for me, and maybe to help some of you guys who are wondering whether or not it would actually be worth it or not to get a Vac Pet. In my personal opinion, anything above a 5, it's going to be for sure worth it for you to get a Vac Pet. Anything before that, maybe you'll have some uses, but not necessarily going to be the most influential thing in the world for you. At the end of the day, whether you guys get a Vac Pet or not, I am just thankful for all of you guys being here on my YouTube channel, and I just want to give a great thanks to you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope that you guys thought this video was fun. It's pretty unique for me, and if you guys want to see more of these quiz type videos in the future, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a bunch, and as always guys, thank you, have a good rest of your day.